Morning everyone. I've been seeing all the colours changing on the trees recently. I thought I really should get out and capture some of that. So I've come to Padley Gorge in the Peak District and yeah, hoping to get some really good shots. I have been here before, I think. It was a long time ago and it wasn't specifically for photography. So yeah, not really sure what to expect today. It's going to be more of a scouting mission, I think, really. Seeing what compositions I can find. You know, if I get some good shots then great. But it might be, yeah, scouting mission and then coming back at a later date to really nail the shot. But I've seen pictures here and it looks amazing, especially at autumn time. So I don't know if you can see this scene behind me. It's a really cool scene. We've got some really cool trees with all the kind of bendy and winding branches. We've got rocks in the foreground here with like nice moss over them. Kind of reminds me a little bit of some of Neil Burnell's photos. Go check him out. He's got some great shots of forests with all these kind of enchanted looking trees and things. So just handheld again. Let's see what I can get. I'm going to try one just slightly zoomed in a bit, just to see what the sharpness is like later on. And that'll do for now, I think. Onwards. Right, I've come down to the water. It's a bit of a scramble, to be honest, because it's pretty steep. But I'm looking at a nice view now, back up the gorge at the water, which is coming quite fast. So it's going to be quite nice to just use some slow shutter speeds, slow that down, get a bit of blur and smooth the water out a bit. It's pretty overcast, so there's no strong light, that's good. Like I said, it is a bit green still. I was hoping for more autumn colours. But there is a little bit of yellow on some of the trees. And I think nevertheless it's going to be a good shot. So we'll see anyway. We're getting, and we're not alone. We've got another person taking some shots down here, and that's quite a nice view. If you can just see my composition now on the back of my screen, I'm trying to get this nice orangey area down here in the bottom left. And up here in the top right, I've got this nice yellow-orange tree. And those two should balance each other out with the water kind of like giving you a leading line through the scene. So I think this shot's actually better with my 24-70 at the longer end, more towards like 50 to 70 millimeters. However, I've put the wide angle on just to see what it's like, just to see what the difference is. And yeah, we can see that now. So there's a nice wide angle shot down here. If I get down low and look up the gorge, I can show you here. The reason it's nice is because you've got these rocks in the foreground that kind of create a nice frame really for the scene. You've got that frame in the shot, then the water, then the waterfall. Yeah, I think that's quite a nice shot, and makes good use of the wide angle. Right, I'm heading back now. I was down at the water for about 2 or 3 hours. There's just so much here, it's amazing. I'm going to have to come back again. I originally planned to walk all the way around the gorge, and I just haven't got time. Like I said, I got to that water part with the rocks and just stuck there because there was just so much. The light's been a bit overcast today. It was a little bit rain this morning, and I'm surprised that it's so green still around here. I thought it was going to be more yellow and orange. Other trees around Sheffield I've seen have really been starting to turn, so yeah, but no problem, I can come back again. Definitely going to come back again, so maybe I'll come back next week or something when it really starting to turn. So I think it's been a good one. I'm going back to the car now, and then I'll see what we've got when I get back into Lightroom. Well, you've actually already seen those images because I showed them as I went along in the video, but I'll show them again now and just talk about them a little bit. So this first one, this was in the wooded area before I got down to the water, and there's some amazing trees in that section with all these like bending and winding branches and the moss growing over them, and yeah, it looks fantastic. And the scene really reminded me of some of Neil Burnell's images. Not quite as good, but I'll link to Neil Burnell below in the comment section. I recommend you go check him out because he's got some amazing images. But he took a lot of images at Wistman's Wood, which is down in Dartmoor, or yeah, somewhere down south. He got really foggy conditions for the images that he's taken, and I didn't get that. So I've tried to create a little bit of separation myself in Lightroom, using a bit of dehaze on the trees in the background there, and a little bit of drop the saturation just a little bit, just to make the tree in the front just really stand out. And I've also increased some reds, so the brown areas with the ferns and things, I've increased those and made them look more red, just to give it a little bit of contrast against the green. I think that just gives the image a little bit more interest. So the next one is down at the water. This was using my 24 to 70mm lens. I was zoomed in a little bit to about near to the 70mm end, and yeah, I just wanted to really smooth that water out, capture the texture of the moss on those rocks. I'm using a polariser, so that's what gives it that really rich look, and there's not too much glare on the water or shine on the rocks or leaves and things. And this is actually 2 images blended together. The main image, if you like, is a 1.6 second exposure, which is still fairly slow, but it was enough just to make it sharp enough to look okay. And then the water part is a 10-second exposure, and I've just blended those together. The next one is this portrait shot. So yeah, I just wanted a bit of variation, so I tried a portrait angle, and I really liked how the orange in the water there is in the bottom left corner, and then you've got the yellowy orange tree in the top right. And then you've got the water that kind of snakes its way through the image, and I think that the 2 orange areas, bottom left and top right, just creates a nice balance, and then you've got the water that kind of leads your eye through the image. So I was trying the wide angle on this one. I don't think it really works, to be honest. I mean, in general, forest photography is better with a longer lens, a telephoto, or yeah, a standard zoom, because you just get too much in the image, and there's just too much going on with all the leaves and the branches, and it's just too chaotic, and your eye just bounces around the image. But I just wanted to try out the new lens that I've got last week. I did an unboxing of that. If you didn't see it last week, I'll link up top now. You'll also notice on this one I didn't have a polarizer for this lens at the time. So there's a big difference between this and the other images. It doesn't have the same richness, and there's a little bit of glare, which just changes the whole look of the image. And then finally we've got this one. So this was another wide angle, but I went quite low down to the edge of the water on this one, and I think this is my favourite image of the lot that I took on the day. I really like the way the rocks form a triangle at the front there and just lead you into the picture. Into the water you've got that little kind of circular whirlpool bit, and then your eye naturally goes up to the yellow tree. And on all of these images I've emphasised the yellow and orange of that tree, just to give a focal point to draw your eye up and towards. So I'm definitely going to go back. What an amazing place, there's just so much to see there, too much to fit in one morning really. Originally it was supposed to be a scouting mission. I was just going to walk around the gorge, take some snaps of some good compositions so that I could come back in better lighting conditions at another time and nail the shot. But I just got carried away, to be honest. There's just so many good shots there, and like I said, I ended up spending about 2 or 3 hours down by the water there with the waterfall. But I don't regret it at all, because I think the shots came out really nicely in the end. So definitely worth it, and it gives me a reason to go back. I can do my scouting mission next time. So yeah, all good, great day. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. I'm doing videos like this every week, so you'll see a new one 10 AM UK time every Sunday morning. So click the big red button down here or over there. And for everybody else, thanks again for watching, and that's it for now, and I'll see you again next week. Cheers.